These were not junk. That is the whole reason this story is worth your time. The companies at the center of it were among the finest businesses America had ever built, and owning them was the worst decision of the decade. Wall Street gave them a name that tells you everything: the one-decision stocks. The idea was that you made a single decision to buy and never had to make another one. No selling, no judgment, no price to worry about. Because a company growing that reliably would eventually be worth any price you paid for it. 50 or so names carried that label: the Nifty 50. This is market memory, the days markets forgot and what forgetting cost. Today, the era that proved you can be completely right about a company and still lose half your money. Look at what the era's records show about the prices. A steady American business in that period might trade at 10 or 15 times its earnings. The Nifty 50 traded in a different world, multiples in the 30s, the 50s, the 70s, a few of them approaching 90 times what the company actually earned in a year. 90 times! On a photographic film company! Read that as a promise rather than a price, and it becomes clear. At 90 times earnings, the market was not buying this year's profits. It was buying 2 more decades of them, in advance, and paying up front. Then the decade turned. Oil quadrupled in price. Inflation reached numbers Americans had never seen in peacetime. Interest rates followed it up, and every one of those long promises had to be repriced against a world where safe money suddenly paid well. Here is the market itself, measured on the same index throughout. From its January 1973 high to the bottom in December 1974, American share prices fell 45%. Not a crash in an afternoon, a 2-year grind, with rallies inside it that felt like the worst was over. Now the part that matters more than the fall, because this is what people get wrong about the Nifty 50. The businesses did not collapse. Most of them kept doing what they had always done, selling more, earning more, year after year. What collapsed was the price the market was willing to pay for $1 of that. A company can grow its earnings handsomely and still have if the multiple attached to those earnings is cut in half faster. And the recovery is the number nobody puts on a poster. It took until February 1980, 7 years and 1 month after that high, for American share prices to get back to where they started. 7 years of being right about the companies. 7 years of watching the businesses do exactly what you expected. 7 years of getting nothing for it, because you had bought 2 decades of profit in advance, and the market spent that time taking the advance back. There is a genuinely uncomfortable postscript. A study published decades later went back and asked what the Nifty 50 would have done if you had bought the whole group at the very top and simply never sold. The answer, roughly, was that the group kept pace with the market over the following quarter century. The businesses really were that good. They just needed 25 years to justify one afternoon's enthusiasm. And almost nobody holds anything for 25 years, while it goes nowhere for 7. So the lesson is not that quality doesn't matter. Quality is what saved the group in the end. The lesson is that quality and price are 2 separate decisions, and an era can get the first one completely right while getting the second one badly wrong. The verdict on the business arrived within a few years. The verdict on the price took a generation. Which brings it uncomfortably close to home. A narrow group of extraordinary businesses, carrying an enormous share of the index, priced for a future that has to arrive. That description fits the early 1970s, and it fits the market you are invested in today. And saying so is not a forecast. The Nifty 50 were not wrong about their companies. They were wrong about what a wonderful company is worth on a Tuesday afternoon in 1972. The question that era leaves you is not whether today's leaders are great. It is what you are paying for the greatness. Next in market memory, the crisis that started in a currency nobody was watching and ended with a bailout nobody had budgeted for.